All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I'm going to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. See, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. And we give double honors to our apostles and our elders, which the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahushai. 2023, almost done with it. About 4 or 5 days left, if I'm not mistaken. So we're coming down to the wire of this thing, and we got, guys that want to go back into certain issues, but the Lord brings things up for a reason. So we just got to address it, and for the edification of the body, and then edification of those that are coming in, because there's those that are coming in, that are learning, and certain things that, you may have done in the world that you may need to get out of it's a must to get out of your life. So these things happen because nothing happens by coincidence. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is doing this for a reason, so that, we go over these with brothers and few sisters that are coming in. That way you can have a full understanding on why the Lord made up certain things, because the law is life, okay? The law, statutes, and commandments is life. They were set up to bring life unto Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's why we have chased to death. That's why the things that we have now that we go after, those are the things that bring death to us. Sin. It says where there is no sin, there is no transgression of the law. So sin is what we entered into. That's why we lost our homeland. That's why we became Africans. That's why we became dispersed into the four corners of the planet Earth, because we went off. We went into sin, wickedness. And what's a part of that sin too is diet, because I went into this on another video, that you are the temple of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So what you eat is important. But we are in slavery, okay? So you're not going to be able to get the finest food that you need to eat, your diet, because it also says that we will eat our defiled bread among the Gentiles. And going into that defiled bread is all types of abominations and different chemical induced food, GMO, all those things. So we were prophesied to eat, to have a garbage. We were prophesied to have a garbage dietary plan, if you want to say that much. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. And it's sad that Esau knows better. He looks like an Edomite. He might not be an Edomite, but for the sake of the video, we're just gonna say this Edomite looking guy, he goes into it, okay, and knows definitely the reasons why not to eat pork. And he even says he has a liking unto the scriptures. Okay, so this is fair use. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not going to make it bigger. Usually if you don't make it bigger, it doesn't like to flag it. So let me play this video and I'm going to stop it. And we're going to go right into the scriptures and prove all things and filter it. Because now we're at the time where, certain jakes need to learn this. Because having a good diet is a benefit. It's life unto you, okay?
Pigs digest food very quickly. They are called...
So this right here, because what's happening now, that's why the Lord says that Esau's wiser than Daniel. Because what Esau's doing, he's finding everything out on a carnal level. The Lord gave us these things on a spiritual level. Because all he's doing now is finding out that the law is honorable. That the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is on point. Eating the swine, how did the Lord? Because the Lord created the pig. He created nature. He put the stamp on it. He knows the inner workings of everything. If he knows the hairs that are numbered on everybody's head, he knows exactly the creatures and what they're built for. So what Esau has done, he's looked into the body makeup of the swine and seen that it has one stomach. Likened unto men, he said even skunks and dogs have one stomach. But the animals, he's going to go ahead and say it.
Monogastrics. They have one stomach like humans do. Dogs and skunks do as well. The foods from animals that are safer to eat, from land animals.
And he said safer to eat. What is safer to eat? Goes into what? The dietary law. Okay, that was presented to us through Moses by the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to separate us and make us a holy people.
Be what you would call ruminant animals. So think of cows and goats and sheep and deer and bison, they all have a 4-staged rumen. Bible would say they have split hooves and chew the cud. They eat grass. Pigs eat all kinds of things, not grass, and we'll talk about that in a moment. And speaking of which, when you eat animal foods, you're not just what you eat, you're what they ate. We don't have this.
See, that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua told us the animals to eat, because those animals are technically eating of the greens, of the herbs. What they do is they eat the herbs for you. They get a large amount of herbs put together, and you eat them, and you've gained the energy that you would from eating all of those different herbs and grasses. So that's a beautiful way that the Lord set it up, because we are the dominant, what do you say, the rulers of creation. All right, we were designed to eat what? The herbs of the field. Okay, the vegetation, the vegetables. Okay, that's what Daniel said, give me the pulse, where it goes into vegetables. So with the deer and the clean animals, they go and eat those vegetables, those herbs, and it's put into their body, that's ingested. Then we eat them, ergo it's like we've eaten however many, that's what it's called, protein. That's where you get your energy from the meats. Okay, so when they eat those things, we eat them because they've eaten the grass. So it's likened unto us eating the herbs of the field by eating the animal that's clean. But if you eat a pig, the pig can eat unlawful things because it's not under the vibration of eating the cud. That's why it says because the pig does not chew the cud. So that's where he can go off and we'll eat him. Therefore, we'll be eating something that's unlawful, that can eat something that we're not designed to ingest. Okay, certain animals, certain things that are not healthy. That's how you know the law is life.
Being happy as a pig in poop for no reason. Why would a pig be happy there? Let's talk about that in just a moment. Pigs can't detoxify very easily, partially because they barely sweat. They eat,
and so they can't get all those toxins out, so it stays into their muscles. That's why a lot of the parasites, so the parasites go into those muscles of the pig, and then you never know what the parasites are doing to that pig to help cleanse it or whatever it's doing, or if it just likes that dirty type of area. So that's why a lot of the parasites come out of the pork, and they go into the muscles of the pig. So they like to be there because the toxins, there's a lot of toxins in the environment that they can flourish in.
Their own feces. I don't even need to go any further. Drop your bacon, folks. This is kind of disgusting already, and we haven't even started. 2013 Consumer Reports analysis show that 69% of samples from pigs harbor a powerful negative microorganism called Yersinia.
That shows you right there that you got guys that want to go ahead and eat that and say nothing's wrong with it. Something is wrong with it. The microorganisms, because what's the microorganism? Microorganism is the same thing that's in your immune system. So if you put in a animal that's already coming out with harmful microorganisms in its body, and you put that in your body, there's going to be a fight. There's going to be a war between your home microorganisms and then the away team microorganisms, which is the ones found in pork. That's why a lot of it affects your body in a negative way. And your immune system regulates the body. It regulates the functions. It regulates the different cleaning up of the system. And then it goes to the other parts of the body that helps it also. Okay? But you've even heard that eating that can affect different parts of your body also too. So that's why it's important to stay away from it. It's a must. Okay? Play a little bit. No, that's it on that. I'll play a couple more.
Enterocolitica, which causes problems in your gut, in your enteric system. This bacterium.
See, he just told you. So he's telling you that once you ingest those microorganisms, it's going to mess with your gut. That's going to throw off the whole system.
Affects about 100,000 Americans a year. Folks, if you are watching this and you are as grossed out as I am, make sure to share this video.
All right, so let's go into the precepts. This is the book of 2 Maccabees 7. This is 2 Maccabees 7, And let's start at verse 2. It says, but one of them that spake first said thus, what would thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the law of our fathers. And you got guys that want to go and say, oh, that's not the law. That's not what it's speaking about. It's speaking about if in the temple. No, it's talking about because your body is a living temple. It says, then the king began being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot. So this story I always read, and it's always an emotional story because you see the vigor and charisma. I say charisma for the last boy and the mother, but they stood their ground on an issue that we look to as as nothing. Okay, they were willing to die, and they weren't talking about sacrifice, and they just had to eat it. So if they knew, because they were closer to having a spirit of righteousness on them, so they wanted to not defile themselves, and knowing that eating that would defile them, even under the scourge of death. Okay, and it says, then the king being raged commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot. And that shows you this man's a devil because he's boiling Jake, man. So it makes no difference, or should be not surprising if the way they do Jake today. It might be a little bit PC, but when you look on a wide scale, that guess what? They're making laws against Jake. They're doing all these things that are set against Jake, and to put that dietary at a low. That's why if you go around certain parts of the city, you'll see what? Fast food places at all-time high. You'll see chicken joints, fried food, all those things. That lowers your immune system, lowers the pH, and you're easily taken over, man. And it says, but the king being enraged, it says, but the king being enraged, in a rage commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut off the tongue and of his Salakia, the tongue of him that spake first, and it says, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brethren and his mother being looking on. So that shows you Esau was the devil, man. He literally cut his son. he cut the man in pieces, and because behind eating pork. But then you got guys that saying, "Oh yeah, you can do what you want." No, it's not. It's not like that, man. Let me get this real quick. Let's see here. It just escaped me. It's a lot. Yep, here we go. 2 Thessalonians 3 and verse 9. And it says, not because we have not, Salakia, not because we have not power, but to make ourselves an example unto you to follow us. So that's what we're doing. We don't just tell you not to eat it. We don't eat it ourselves, man. You should see from our makeup, and look at our apostles and elders, man. Very health conscious, very knowledgeable about different things to help with sickness, different things to help lose weight, to help with high blood sugar. All these things come from what? Examples of themselves. That's why we is the hopeful elect. We went through the examples of being wicked. So now we have the remedy. Damn, that's a sit down. We have the remedy of wickedness. We have the remedy to wickedness. The remedy of wickedness is faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And once we have that faith, guess what? Everything else is going to be added unto us. So we had to go and whip up the remedy and figure out how to put it together, which the spirit of Yahweh Shai put it together, and then put it in our spirits to push it out here. So, you know, Jake could come back and understand, guess what? There's certain things you have to do. All right. So I didn't want to make this long. It's self-explanatory, but the video's right here. If you want to go into it a little bit more, the thumbnail or the actual titles right here, it says the #1 food you should stop eating immediately. But you got guys that want to push it and say, oh, this is justified. But what about the other meats that are lawful? They won't go on the internet in order to know none of them. But they'll put that spirit of, oh, you know, we hating. Ain't nobody hating you eating pork. Nobody's hating you eating pork. The point is you're eating something that is not good for you, man. All right. So Lord willing said to find a lesson with that. I want to say call Elohim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Till next time, I say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. With that, say keep faith more now than ever. Shalom.